Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, good morning, Brad. Good morning, James, Catrice. Good morning, MKO. Good to see you again. Pat, good morning. Steven, good morning. Omer, how are you, buddy? All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. Post FOMC meeting was lively yesterday. Didn't end up doing anything during the FOMC. I got busy with some family um, things, but I see that the market really kind of sold off in a very meaningful way. And let's take a quick look on the rest of the indices here. Here we go. So YM, let's start with YM. Captain setup and switch trade into a captain setup, and now they're confirming this formation as a short formation. So all through the rest of the day, as long as we continue to trade under 33,452, this is going to be a sell on the rally against any pressure toward that 410 to 440. So that structure is going to be very important for the rest of the day. Target number 2 is hit. Target number 3 is going to be 338. Go to ES on a daily basis. I mean, we could see this selling pressure here. It's fairly pronounced. ES is weaker than NQ, and the low is going to be critical today at 74.75 from a swing trade perspective. And let's see how far they take it. I mean, you have support in and around 67.18. So that's just going to be a line of defense for the traders, and that's just the entry point for the swing trade. And you could see that the market reacted to it last time we came here. Good morning, John. Gold from a daily perspective, spinning top in a way. I mean, that's just a high with a reversal. If that sticks throughout the rest of the day, tomorrow and into next week will be a retracement in gold toward that 2000. Daily basis here. Yeah, here you go. You got yourself NQ, and ES, like we said, is weaker than NQ. We're coming into this level here, which is the low 43. 43 is going to be critical. Netflix, let's see, ES from a 50 NT wrinkle, you got a captain set up, confirmed twice, and then you got a lower high. So that's going to be an issue for the longs trying to recover from the FOMC numbers all the way to 41.30. So 41.30 is going to be a critical level. A couple of things. 41.06 is going to be the immediate level within the first half an hour. If we can't break above that, the odds are we're going to start drifting toward target number 2, which is 65.75. Okay, so that's gold. That's an actual short signal here. Inception trade short to target number 1 and 2. 2 is coming up at 24.2. Russell 2000 firming up here. Captain setup short into inception trade short, hitting target number 3, rebounding to middle of the range, and responding to that with a selling pressure. So the key to all of this is 1743.3. Crude oil, I mean, that's a whooping into 64. Wow. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, you're after the inventory report, so you're getting rallies to short into against at 75. It's pretty decent sell off here. Okay, so right now you have the market that is broke, tested with a switch trade, confirmed it, and moving to target number 2. Target number 3 in the sequence is 40.5. The trend close is 39. So that is what the market is doing. We're looking at, here comes 39 coming up. Good morning, John. Switch trade, premium switch trade on the 100 NT Winco short against Globex. So all the signals that are presented in the market right now are short signals. All right, I'm just gonna post some orders out there just to make sure things are moving as expected. Railroad short. Dave, good morning. You asking Omer or Hussein? I'm assuming you're asking. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I gotta check it out here in a minute. I'll check it out. You almost have to go to yesterday's and say, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, 22. I mean, you could say 22, 25. So yeah, that's the 222. I have it at 222. Okay, so they bounced back. Wow, I mean, there's a little bit of activity going on here. ES is really choppy and weak. That's what ES is doing right now. And here we go. So basically, you got to get the market to close under 61 on NQ in order for the shorts to start gaining a little bit more control. Plus, they have to break that line right here. So we're bouncing off, breaking this channel. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it, man. So Catrice and MKO, those two numbers are critical to what we. They're very important. That's what I'm trying to say. The FOMC number, 1 second before they release the number on NQ and ES, you will see those levels being visited and the market reacting to them in a convincing manner. So just mark those two numbers on both NQ and ES. It's going to be 41, 49 and a half on ES. And then you got that 222 for NQ. All right. Okay, we'll see that. They tested it and they're bouncing right back up. So right here, you should be seeing a push upward. I mean, look, I mean, they came and did it to the tick. You know, so that's interesting to see here. A little bit of firming behavior. I'd rather be short than long, considering the 200 NT Rinko is short and the 100 is short. ES is starting to sell off, and that's going to put a little bit of pressure on NQ as well. But they came in, tested that. As long as they continue to trade above 64 quarter and 62. Okay, so they're breaking that level in response to NQ. I mean ES selling off. Here we go. That's another area of defense that they have to kind of put on. So we had unemployment claims early on today. We don't have much of anything left as far as economic news that I can see. Switch trade right here. I mean that's a typically one that will produce quick results at 54 to 50. You should be seeing. It's triggering too close to the bottom here, or the most recent swing low. So you're getting a pause. You really want this type of signal to be a little bit higher. Interesting. All right. So we see them basically dancing around the Globex. Let's see if they can go one more candle down. I'll give it a shot here. Wow. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's see. Where is my stop? My stop is break even. And come on, baby. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, that's the first trade of the day. We appreciate the money. So that's an inception trade short after establishing channel number 1 in our way to our trend target of 39. And we hit the target of 39. The next target is 14. Josh, good morning. There's more selling pressure going to target number 2 of this sequence, which is 13,030. So that decision we just did, we picked up 271 off of it. Okay, let's just move on to the next decision. I don't know if anybody participated in that trade by any chance. Nice. You got some, Brad? Okay, good deal, good deal. Anybody else? Pat? That's kind of like your top of trade right there in a way. Typing. That cost you some money. All right, more selling pressure. Double switch trades coming up here, but that's you got to be careful here because this market can stabilize in and around this area. I gotta take this call. I'll be back, guys. All right, guys. All right, so God bless. So what we're seeing here is channel number 2 establishing itself, and we broke this trend line. So as long as we continue to trade under that 50, we should see another rotation lower. They put on a captain setup switch trade, and that's what I was saying. You need to be very careful right here. because they tend to bounce it back up, and they sure did. Yeah. Now be careful. All right, so what are we seeing here? We're seeing a little bit of bouncing action back to Globex. So that's the game they're playing right now. Cow Doc, good morning, buddy. How are you? All right, Globex. So Harmony zone number 1 is 64 by 74, 89 by 99 is the second zone. And that's what we're dealing with right now. So as the market get up to that level and Globex, you're going to see that type of pressure showing up. There's a little bit of a disconnect in the market. And the catalyst to it is that Captain set up switch trade. They really came in there nicely and bursted the price action, made a higher low, a second higher low, and we'll see. As long as we continue to trade under 77, the market should have more of a short bias. I mean, we had our first decision here, trade, made a little bit of money, and we're looking for the next decision. Okay, so they're breaking that. Okay, well that's good. See how they came in there, broke that trend line, tested it. That's a short behavior. Yeah, I want to see something, the 28. I want to see the 28 show up, then rallies, and we can take a look at the market at that point. I want to see a cloud that is negative as well. They're putting the captain setup long on the 30 in Tirenko. So that's why we want to wait. We want to wait because we want to see the rest of the equation come along, including the cloud. Like I don't. I mean, I see that they're breaking this trend line. They could run it up to that 60, come back and retest. I don't necessarily want to be long here, even though the market is showing signs that it's stabilizing and trying to stabilize. Because look at how many times we dipped and they bought it. Okay. So you're between the pressure of the shorts trying to bleed it back down to 30 and the bulls trying to put formations like this where they test, they come and retest, but they're not breaking lower. So I mean, if you see anything under 40, that's a different story. But right now, we're too close to glowbacks and they're playing this game, rotational game right here. So, I mean, if they flip this candle back up to 54, you'll see a run up to glowbacks. Yeah. So in this area, I'm simply going to be an observer. Yeah, look at that. That's the switch trade, punching it back up. Yeah. Yeah, Brad, it's usually $80. Now it's 40. That's what they're doing right now. Yeah, here we go. 85. It's close. So it'll be like $42 or something like that. Think positive. Yeah, multiple switch trades, multiple switch trades right here. I mean, you could tell that they're trying to stabilize it. Trying to stabilize. That's what they're trying to do. ES. Let's take a look. What is this? S20. All right, so the next target for ES, there's a couple of things got to do here. 4087 is Globex. A reversal candle is 93 and a quarter. The trend continuation trade is 68 and a quarter. So what we have to see, we're at the what most people would look at and say it's a double bottom, okay, or the beginning of a double bottom. But you really have to be very, very careful. You really need to see prices above that 87 in order for even to scalp on the long side, okay. And along on a short-term basis is 93. Once you get to 93, you can look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity with the low in mind, but you have to scalp that one as well. The overall structure of the market is short. So I'd rather be looking at any of these rallies as a shorting opportunity versus trying to pick a bottom or a double bottom or trying to fade against momentum or any of that stuff. Yeah, so that's from that bigger perspective. Now let's dig in deeper and take a look at ES here. Structurally, this is what we're dealing with. Channel number 2 and God bless. God bless, man. All right, so they broke that structure, came and retested, and now they're breaking it again right here. That's just bearish behavior. And ES is cheaper. I mean, I say cheaper. ES is weaker than NQ. So you got to factor that one in. Okay. So in order for us to get short again, what has to happen? We need to break and get a cloud that looks like this so we can get the second leg of that rotation. If we break anything above harmony zone number 2, which is the beginning of it is 87 by 90, then that will endanger the health of the short rotation. But as long as that continues to hold, I'm looking for the market to really give me a short signal, which is going to, at a minimum, you need the cloud to shift negative and then start looking for that signal. The market right now is trying to stabilize. If it wasn't trying to stabilize, you would not see a cloud that is positive. And if they put a captain set up long here at 82, then the odds are you're going to see 85 and then attempt at the 87. So that behavior is an issue for anybody that's trying to get short. Okay? Because if they do that, then you really have to wait for the market to break 80 again in order for us to go. Yeah, so here we go. So now, we really have to wait to see the 79.50 to come through, and the odds are we're going to jump up a little bit here. Make sense? here we go. I mean, literally, we got that push. Okay. And we need to see that 80. You need to see that 80. Take care, James. Take care, buddy. So, I mean, structurally, they put a captain setup and retested it. Captain setup short and retested it and pushed. Here we go. Look at that. They're doing the chicken dance. The chicken dance around Globex. That's what they're doing right now. That's the dance that we don't want to dance with. Let them play around all they want around here. Oh, but yeah, 44. Okay, so should see a little bit of a pressure here coming in. Oh, switch trade, premium switch trade short on ES, with that just happened just right now. So you're looking at protective stop, really above 84, and you're looking for any rally right now to short into against the 82 half two as well. Oh yeah, Captain set up switch trade on ES, on NQ. I see that too. Let's see what they want to do here. Kind of tricky. Okay, so one more switch trade at 78.75 is an entry for me. Because if you look at the 30 NT Rinko, they're about to put another captain setup. Oh, here we go. They just did. Yeah. See, that's just sometimes patience pays. Yeah. Being patient and waiting to see better price structure is a good thing. That's a whole lot of noise right here. Ooh, look at that. Look at the nastiness here. Okay, okay. Switch trade on the 40 NT Rinko. Yeah, we may get a flush, the flush that we're looking for here. We may get it. ES is responding very well to it as well. They tested that trend line and confirmed it. Switch trade, one more rotation, and Boom. Okay. Question is, can I get a entry? That's the question. That's the question. Are they going to give us an entry? Look like they are. They're just flushing. Stepping away for just a moment. Target is hit again. The next target is 89. 89 is the next target. All right. Well, selling, selling, selling. Yeah, they keep doing it. Look at that. I mean, that's a nice little punch down. And they came into the bottom end of the Globex band and bounced it right back up. This is fast action. I keep walking away from the screen right before the market sells off. So here we go again. They're selling it. I mean, if this one closes lower right here, you're gonna get another rotation lower. I mean, we're at the lows, so that makes it a little bit. Yeah, it's the market is a giver today. Visual. Yeah, they're putting on. Good morning, Khaled. How are you? Good morning, buddy. Yeah, I mean the 50. I mean all of them, 50, 70. All of them are doing the same, just about the same thing. It just we're at the lows, so they're putting a railroad, another railroad right here, and more selling. Yep, they sure are. Shorting the rallies. That's the name of the game. Stay in that lane till proven otherwise. Where would the picture changes if we trade anything above 13,050 on NQ and 77 half on ES. So as long as we are under those two levels, we are looking for these rallies to short into. I mean, even if we get higher than those levels, there's still opportunities, but but we have to be a little bit more careful because you may most likely would be testing glowbacks, and if you base there, then you're gonna break the whole structure. So where we at right now? 1675. Okay, so they put a switch trade right here. They're gonna rally up a little bit if that's what they do. Looking for rallies to short. All right. See if we break this this line right here. Yeah, that's good to see. All right. So if we get a switch trade right here, I'll jump in. Yeah, it's not doing it. Yeah, so they're trying to stabilize this. On YM, broke a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, the 70 and the 50 are out of sync, or they're in sync on the long side. So okay, we're gonna get a counter trend rotation right now in the market. That's what the market's trying to do. So right when we broke right here, this level right here, it tells me that the price is trying to counter trend. Now watch them, watch them bounce it back up here. That's going to be the key. Yeah, see that? It's very tempting for me to jump in on that, but I just got to stick with the 200 and the 100, be honest with you. You know, so I'm going to do a mental trade here, 21 to 31. See how strong the longs here. Yeah, stick with the 200 and the 100. Stick with 110. Now, if they put a captain setup long here, 2175, that's just gonna make it extra hard for me not to participate. But I'm gonna resist it and just leave it alone. Here we go. That's the captain setup. They're gonna push it up to 31, potentially 40, against that 12 stop. And that's fine. Let him take it. Let him take it. Stop is 12. A switch trade on ES right here also will be a catalyst. Yeah. There you go, a retest. I mean, that just like, seriously, it's so tempting. It's just so tempting to go along at that 2175. Yeah, boom. Like you could tell what they're doing. You could tell what they're doing. But you know, I gotta do what I said I'm gonna do, which is if I'm gonna just continue to trade the 200 and the 100 being in sync, and then you're getting a counter trend rally, I'm gonna have to just read through it and let it pass. There are days in which counter trend rallies are gonna be, you know, very lucrative. But especially after a FOMC announcement and a rate, typically the market tends to be a lot more forceful in the direction. And that's why I'm avoiding trying to take any counter trends. Even though that, you know, I saw this, I was like, okay, If they do this, the odds are we're going to get to the 35s and potentially the 40s. And that gave 5, 10 points so far and more to come. Let me see what we're talking about. See you guys talking here. Yeah, MKO. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. I hear you. It's part of the learning process is how to manage your own emotions, and there are ways that will help you take control and reverse some of these habits that are has not served you well and make them into habits that are empowering. So stick around and will help you in that regard. Gary is busy with a couple of things at his work. Yeah, he'll be jumping back in from time to time. So look at this here at 29.50. They close 29.50, then you're making a higher low against this captain setup. Captain setup tested, ran up, it's coming back down, and we want to see how well they tested. I don't know how I did not see that. I actually saw it, talked about it, and decided not to. There was a lot of things going for this trade. A lot. Yeah. So you got the captain, the retest, the trend line, then the break of this trend line into a new harmony wave. I mean, it was just telling you, here you go. See that? Okay. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. That was just the buy orders that just came in, and Bob, I do. But you're gonna get you're on YouTube, so you're getting quite like maybe 10, 15 second delay at times. But that's what we do. We call out the entries, the targets, the pullback into an entry, what the market has to do in order for us to be interested. The whole thing. I took one trade, Bob. That's all I did. I did so far, and the rest of we took one trade right here, short into. It's a 2 contract trade, made about $250 or something like that, 270, and we were looking for the next trade and reading the market through it. Hey, Frida. Yeah, I mean, see, the market is not a random event. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. There are structures within the market that repeats itself over and over and over in a very distinct way. So whenever the market establishes two channels and a break above and then come test in with a captain and a retest of it, that just tells you that the market is just ready. And once it breaks that line, it's telling you that they made a low, recovered from it, more shorts came in to push. They couldn't take the low again against a whole number and tried multiple times here and just couldn't do it, and then broke and tested into a railroad, and that one just boom shot up. So we hit Globex twice and retraced, right? So we hit harmony zone number 2, which starts at 64 into 74, and it pulled back, right? Thank you, Omer. Appreciate it, man. All right, and they break a captain setup here into a captain setup that will lend itself to 41.75, and that will lend itself to hitting target number 2 if they do that. Here you go, captain setup again, higher low, that 41.75 into target number 2 is 54 and a quarter. As long as they continue to hold on to 32 and a quarter, we should be pushing higher. Again, I'm still looking for rallies to short into. I'm not looking for longs, even though we're reading some of the long behavior, especially here, into that run up, and here into a potential run up to the 55. It's just we still. I mean, that's here you go again. They're doing similar behavior, like what they did here. Okay. The better game is to short these rallies. And if you get anything above 75, I mean, that will put that idea into a pause. But ultimately, this is overall a short market. With pockets, and we're seeing a pocket of buying interest here. This is the pocket that we are in. And what you will notice is this. I mean, let me just pull it back. Okay, you see this zone here, all of that, that's called the Globex zone. The market tends to get to the bottom of it and bounce back to the middle. They get up to the top end of it and they bounce to the middle. And they spend a little bit of time in that bouncing box, basically, till then the market will break in one way or another. So what we're seeing here, even with this retracement, is we came into Globex, came to the bottom end of it, consolidated, and shot up to the middle in a reversion to the mean type of behavior. So what's next for us? I'm seeing these pockets of buying interest, and I'm just leaving them alone and looking for a short structure to resume itself. What has to happen is a 26 and a quarter, a break, a rally back up, and a signal. If that happens, I'll participate on the short side. If the market continues to trade above 74 all the way up to 74, the idea of being short is going to be on a pause. It's not over yet, but it's going to be on a pause. and then 89, if it shows up, that will shift the personality on a swing trade basis to a fade, meaning any pullback is buyable on a scalping basis, and you're looking for a retest of the Globex band, which is 115 into the 155 at that point. So now I know if the market does this, I will do that. And if it does this, I will do that. So there's no surprises. The market is not going to surprise me here. You see that switch trade Omera on the 70 NT Rinko? Right into resistance and Globex. That's going to be an issue. Potential captain set up short on the 70 NT Rinko under 37.75. 37.75. Good morning, Ken. How are you? So how's everybody doing so far? It's almost 10 o'clock. Let's go, Brad, Sheila. How is Sheila doing? Catrice, any trades? Catrice, Ken, how you doing, buddy? Pat is green, done for the day. Yes, I'm green today. Catrice, good job. Ken is green. I got a bunch of green people here. Good deal. Omer's green. I'm green. All right, let's keep that train going. Khaled, how's Khaled doing? I know Brad is green. Omer's green. Khaled is green. Oh, yes, baby. Everybody's green in the room. I love it. I love it. Yeah, crypto. That's just the day's young. You got more in you. You'll be just fine. John and 512. Good deal. I mean, I take it you're up 512, right? Yep. Good job, bud. All right, so it's 37. 37 is a big deal if we get there. They're putting a switch trade right here, and the odds are we're gonna flush into 37, and that would be a captain setup short on the 70 NT Rinko, and we will look for rallies to short into. That's the key. We gotta get to 37 first. Yeah. They're trying to see these wicks right here. That's just interesting that they're doing it that way. They gotta break that 37. Yeah, neither did I, Frida. I mean, it's just, I mean, I saw the pockets of buying interest. One right here, and this is another one right here. And oh, look at that ES! Wow. Okay, that is a. They just did not take that 37. We came in like to the tick. We gotta get that 37. Long. You took the long side of that trade. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I mean it was there. It was there. It was there. I mean, I talked through it. It just I made a decision not to participate in this altogether. Yeah. Every day is a good day to trade crypto. It just we have to figure out the narrative of the day. Every day has a narrative. Sometimes we have to spend time listening to the market to try to figure out what exactly are they telling us. What is the market telling us? Trading is a listening game. It's not necessarily an analytical game. It's literally you're listening to the flow of the price. What is the market telling me? What will happen if we break this level? What's going to happen if we break to that level? Then I sit here and listen to what the market is telling me. The participants cannot fool everybody. They fool most people, not everybody. Yeah, MKO, your question as far as the Harmony trading system, the training of all these signals are something that we do in our kind of private one-on-one training. But I talk about every signal that we do daily. So you hear me talk about the captain setup, and I'll explain those as we move along. Yeah, I see. I'm looking at that one, the captain setup on the 40. Yeah, if we start seeing anything above 54 half, yeah, you start getting captain. I mean, it's sideways. Of course, the 70 is an issue because if you break that 37 half, you're gonna get that captain setup. Then that doesn't mean we're just gonna jump in immediately. I want to see a signal on the 20. Robbie, welcome to the room. Namaste. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't beat myself up, crypto. I would not beat myself up. So if you look at the 50, you see how they put a captain setup long. This is a meat grinder right now, like literally a meat grinder in price action, and I need to avoid it. What I'm looking for, either you break 37 or you break 74. 37, I can look for rallies to short into. If we break the 74, it's gonna pause me from being aggressively short, and I'll wait and ultimately I gotta wait and see if the big price 89 closes. If that happens, then sure, I'll start looking for longs in a more meaningful way at that point. Right here, where we're seeing this price, you keep hitting Globex and bouncing back and bouncing back. You're hitting these low levels and run. You hit Globex and you fade, and you just meat grinding everybody in this rotation here. So here we go, boom. So the longs are starting to really be forceful here, because see how that moved. It did the same thing here. And it did it fast, and you could tell there was volume behind it, and he just like literally burst it up within seconds and got there. Same thing is happening here now. So the idea of getting short aggressively is on pause, and you have to break all the way down to 37 in order for us to get engaged with it. Yeah. All right. So they put on a 200 anti-wrinkle reversal, ran it up, and now the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, which means that they are going to be fading into Globex, which they did. So in order for us to go long, we have to have a cloud that is positive and an actual signal. And you're running into the 50 anti-wrinkle captain setup short, and that happened at 83. So there are patterns here that are just basically consolidative, and we're just looking for something a little bit more clear. How would it look clearer? You will close above 102, and then produce, that would be a switch trade long, and then give us a pullback with a signal. That will be a long. Okay. Right now, with the way the market is doing, you could look at the 50 anti wrinkle, 70 anti wrinkle, and the 100, and pick off sell pressure signals. I mean, you're getting one right about now anyway. Right here. So you need to see a break below 63, and that would be a short if that happens. As a fade, and that would be, yeah, see, it's not, they're not doing it. So either we start hitting the 102, pull back, and that would be, give us a signal, or you break below 62, and that will get us into a signal short. I'll be back. Here it comes again, huh? Selling pressure. So we got, yeah, a railroad on the 100, and there was a pocket of selling pressure under that 62, and they're flushing it. Now, ultimately, you're looking at the 13, to be the complete 200 anti-wrinkle reversal, and hitting that level will get a big flush below 13,000 showing up, and that would be significant. Like I was saying earlier on, I mean, yeah, the overall trend is long. I mean, excuse me, short. So even when they reverse like that, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I mean, you're getting something like that, or you know, potentially something like this. So the market, is short, but you're getting a pocket, and that pocket can run up in a significant way, but you have to support that low of 78. Okay? Or otherwise you'll have something that looks like this. Where the market will go up one candle, then reverse and sells off in a meaningful way. So really, right now we are in harmony zone number 2, and the bottom end of it is 28 and a quarter. You break that, the odds are we'll close this candle, then target number 3 becomes a possibility. From the long perspective, I don't want to buy this, but if the market runs up above 67.75 and then shows me on the 20 anti-wrinkle a cloud positive, then I can consider the scalp version of that trade to the upside. And that's that. So far we made one decision today, or one trade. Where is that trade? Let me show you. Yep. Let's see here. So this is since the beginning of the week. Yep, that is really what it is. Yeah, today is the 4th. Where's the 4th? Yeah, that's the 4th. All right. So those are the 2 trades that we took. Well, actually, it's just one trade with 2 contracts. So $270 is what we took. And the rest of these trades are from the beginning of the week, from the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. I mean, I kept it very tight, well, very selective, and because we're anticipating the FOMC. And those are the 2 trades. So you could go back to YouTube, and you can track every single decision that I made in the past, 3 days. So you could see that. You could go back to the trade. You see the logic. You see the conversation. You see every bit of it. May the fourth be with you. Hey, since you like that so much, which I do too, have you seen the Mandalorian on Disney? The show. You probably love that show. Yeah, I love that thing. I finished season 3 of it yesterday. Yeah, Steven, that's cool. Mandalorian, huh? It's a good show, man. Really good show. Just a bit of news. Tomorrow, Friday, the the room is going to be closed, and we're not going to have a stream on YouTube. I'm taking care of some family business that I have to take care of. So the next session will be on Monday. Well, that's cool. Well, Steven, you're around a lot of famous people. That's what happened when you live in LA, huh? California. Or not LA, you're in Santa Monica. Yeah, Santa Monica. Oh, he's the director of that show? Wow. Oh, he's a producer. See, the producer of that show? Wow. Didn't know that. Well, he's doing one heck of a job, tell you that much. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Gotta get going here. We'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning. And it was fun trading with you. And we will see you on the next one. You guys have a blessed day.